Question number 25 is a little picture detail question, and in the 25 is citing textual evidence, so it's upcoming. And the strategy that I like to employ for this, it works really well for me, is I like to first underline the options that we have in number 26. Here, I've highlighted them here. And then I like to read the question here. What does the author suggest about the transgenic studies done from 1980s and 1990s? Well, bam, there's the key right here. And to be honest, you could go no further. You don't even really have to understand English to get a good guess that the thing that follows it right there is what it's talking about. If we're talking about the 80s and 90s, bam, there it is. But if you read further, then you can make the prediction. It seems as though all of these options, this is what described the work that occurred before ATRIN in the 80s and 90s. At first, this work was merely gee whiz, scientific geekery, lab-bound thought experiment come true. And so that's why that's how I made my prediction. And then I brought my prediction as step 4. You brought my prediction to question 25 and 26 to find a pair. It's got to pair up. So lines 35 and 36 do pair up with, they were not expected to yield products ready for human use. It's really good to eliminate the others. They were limited by expensive nature. No, well, it might be true elsewhere. You might say that here the word expensive is mentioned directly, expensive. However, it's not true of the 1980s and 90s specifically. It might be true even now, today, in this present year, that it's still expensive, but it's not true specifically of the 1980s and 90s. So it's too broad, really. It agrees with B. They're not expected to yield products ready for human use. C. They were completed when an anticoagulant compound was formed. Well, yeah, an anticoagulant compound was formed. Here it is. Here's the word anticoagulant. But that all changed does not suggest that this is the last time that this is ever done. Like we didn't figure out exactly how to do it, and then we're done with the studies. The studies continue. I mean, the studies could continue and have continued after GTC made their big breakthrough. Like other people are copying them now. It's not come to a completion. And focusing only on cows, goats, and sheep. Well, if you think it's here. Cows, goats, cattle, goats, sheep. What about pigs and mice? Those are also specifically mentioned in this passage right here. And so to think it's only on cows, goats, and sheep, then that's too narrow. It doesn't even line up with any of the options. So that's why B is the answer.